On Cars and Coffee Exposed, it's builds with thrills, rock stars, and lone stars.
Lorenzo, this car, tell us about it. It's a 73 Pantera. I think it's my first one seeing actually in person. And it's got so much history behind it. I want to know everything about it. Tell us about it.
Well, it's a 1973, so it just turned 50 years old this year. De Tomaso Pantera is the maker. And basically what's special about this car is that the historical significance of it is basically, the best way to describe it is just to start. I'm sure just about everybody has seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari.
Absolutely.
So anyway, Henry Ford II failed to buy Ferrari during that time. Well, he actually didn't stop there. So the next 4 years, the GT40s era, and then now, in 1971, he literally went across town to Modena, Italy, and he basically purchased 85% of De Tomaso Automobili. And the main reason for that, again, is the fact that Henry Ford II wanted a supercar produced so that specifically for America to be sold at the Lincoln Mercury dealers all over the United States.
Right.
And again, the car lasted until 1974, from 71 to 74. And then basically the gas crunch and the smog requirements from EPA is what basically killed the car.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. And we know this is not your first coffee and cars, right? You've been to a few other car shows with it. What's the response that you get from people?
Well, again, the car is like a rock star, to tell you frankly. I mean, it's just it's like a beehive. People just, go to it and just adores the car.
It's amazing. So what's under the hood? Tell us all about it. Geek out for us for a moment.
Yeah, the motor on this is actually a vintage NASCAR motor that basically it's a Budmore spec motor. So it's approximately 550 horsepower, and it's hooked up to a ZF transmission, which is basically the same transmission that was on the Ford GT40, the one Le Mans. So again, it's pretty much a bulletproof transaxle, or again, right out of the factory, it had 300 horsepower, and basically it ran 160 miles an hour as the top speed. So with 550 to 600 horsepower, it should top out.
Wow. Have you taken it on the dragway?
Well, again, I ran it illegally in a regular interstate, and basically I was able to do 180 on it. But again, this was when everybody else is tucked away in their beds already. I was by myself. Safely.
Illegally,
yes.
But safely.
Yes.
Okay, we won't tell anyone, Lorenzo. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, it's beautiful, just like it is. You're not planning on changing or doing any mods to it, I'm sure.
I'm finished.
You want to keep it classic,
Yeah, again, horsepower is never enough, so therefore I had to go with the NASCAR motor. Then I'm not yearning anymore for horsepower.
Well, it's gorgeous, and you've really taken good care of it, and so we appreciate you doing such a great job and bringing it here, Coffee and Cars here in Augusta, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
So nice meeting you, Lorenzo. say cheese. Let me just tell you, Eddie and Jeannie, this car behind us, I know a lot of friends that would be very jealous of this car. It's beautiful. And so I love this story. Both of you have worked on this car.
Yeah.
And you're still married.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works.
Trials and tribulations.
So do you have a background in car restoration or like?
Just family's always been in cars, dirt track racing, drag racing, anything with a motor, four-wheel racing, go-kart, it's everything. Anything to do with fuel, spark, and tires, rubber.
You got it in your veins.
Yep.
So is she fast too?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it'll run a low 13.
okay. Have you taken her out on the drag?
Yes,
It's been a while, but yeah, it's been out there.
I haven't seen it.
Have you driven it out there?
No.
What? Eddie won't let you?
No.
What?
She's a Challenger fan, so.
I am too, girl. I am too. I want one.
I just traded mine for a Jeep.
I have a Jeep. It's sitting right over there.
We're fixing to trade the Jeep back in on another Challenger probably
See?
after the
I
day.
like where you're going. I like where you're going.
To the racing.
I love it. I love it. So tell me, how did you, when you bought it, what type of condition was it in?
It was in
Monte
the
Carlo.
It was a basket case. It was a $500 body.
Yeah. With trees growing through it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got a lot of work done to it.
It was crazy.
Okay.
Rear quarter panels, full trunk pan, lower patch
Everything.
panels in the fenders, it's been off the frame. Family help. My brother helped put the metal in it. Two uncles painted it, done the paint and body work. Herman and Marvin Hughes. So
And I hear you had your daughters involved too?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yes. And grandsons.
yeah.
Yeah, both our grandsons too.
Yeah, we got a 16-year-old
Yeah.
grandson that we got pictures of him crawling around up under it. Whenever I'm up under it working, he crawls
Yeah,
around up
changed
under
the
it
world.
with us.
Oh,
It's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
But Eddie, you're the only one that can drive it?
Yep. Yeah.
That doesn't seem fair.
It's my
can't.
side chick.
That's his side chick.
Okay. Hey, whatever works.
I'd rather have him this side
We've heard that
chick.
story before. Well, thanks for you being so supportive. I mean, yeah, that's a
We've
way
been
to a
together
man's heart.
31 years.
31 years. And how long did it take you to build this?
30.
I've been working on it for 30 years. It's still got growing to do too.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
you can't finish it because I'm afraid of what happened to your marriage.
We're
You
married
gotta keep
25.
going.
We're married
Okay, 25. Wow, that's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We love this car. Anything else special you want to tell us about it?
Well, not really. I want to thank y'all for allowing us to be here and be a
Come out here
part
and
of
show
this.
it.
You know, we just now started cruising a lot in it because
Uh-huh.
we just got the interior done to where it's more luxury enough to where we actually want to get into it. You know, and now we're gonna put air conditioner on it where we can drive out of town in it and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Really enjoy it.
Yeah.
A lot of time, a lot of money just to sit inside of a shop and not never get out to see it.
That's
so,
what I say.
Yeah,
And there's
we're
a
gonna
place
use
for
it.
both.
You
Yeah,
gotta
we're
get
gonna
it
use
out.
it.
You gotta show it. Why not show it?
Absolutely. You put so much work into it.
I know.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, have fun with it. Happy game day.
Thank you.
Yes.
All
We
right.
just started.
Go dogs!
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hi, guys. We're here with Caesar Augustus. I feel like I'm in the presence of an emperor. Were your parents fans of like Roman history? Yeah?
Apparently, my mom was a fan of Roman history, and that's my middle name, but I roll with it.
She gave you a good, solid name, one that has lasted throughout the years.
Something to live up to.
Just like this car.
There we go.
Okay, 1980 Nissan Patrol.
Yes.
I've never even seen one of these, so
Yes.
tell me a little bit about
It's
it.
very unique, though. So this car was never sold in the United States, and it was basically sold in South America, Australia, and the Middle East.
Wow.
So very unique. You seldom see it here in the States, but we brought this from Colombia.
I love it. And is it for sale?
Everything's for sale. Everything has a price.
Right, exactly.
I enjoy this car. I take my kids to school with
You
it.
do, so it's a daily driver for you.
It's a daily driver.
I love it.
Just to take them to school in the morning.
I love it.
But yeah, it's just a fun ride.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So original color.
Original color.
Yeah.
And basically everything's stayed the same. Some refurbishing. We added an AC unit, but other than that, everything's pretty much the same.
So were these cars made for? Were they like the Land Cruisers, and they were made
That's
for
exactly
off-roading?
what it was. This
Yeah.
is the Nissan's competition to the Land Cruiser.
Ah.
So if you go down to Latin America or Australia, you're gonna see a lot of Land Cruisers. You're gonna see a lot of Nissan Patrols. But it's basically that competition.
How many of these do you think are still on the road out there?
I think in Colombia, I don't know, I have no idea, but
Yeah.
you see them quite often.
Do you?
But here in the States, this is very unique.
Yeah, it's so unique. I love
Yeah,
it.
and then you have the the windshield wipers are very unique to this car.
Wow. Okay, tell us some other unique things about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can basically do anything with this car.
Yeah.
Go up the mountains,
Yeah.
deserts, go into rivers. I mean, this thing just hauls.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you, Caesar, for your time. I know you're quite busy with,
Appreciate it.
ruling countries and such. But thanks for taking time with us.
No, I thank you guys for having me. It's a lot of fun.
My name's Louis Garza. I'm the owner of AZ Rag Installation and Print Services. So being a car geek since I was born probably, I'm a huge car enthusiast with the artist touch. I've been a graphic designer for many years. I grew up illustrating and the wrap industry caught my eye, so I decided to get into wrapping, being able to design, print, and install vehicle wraps. So the biggest change in our technology is that back in the day, this stuff was screen printed onto vinyl material. And most vinyl material was a calendar base. So that means if it's flat and straight, that's what it's meant to go on. So if you try to put it onto a complex curved surface, eventually it's gonna go back to its original shape, which is flat. So at the end of the day, you got calendar, which is old school. Cast is a newer technology. It's been around for over 10 years, but basically we're able to delete the memory of the material so that way it stays in its shape that it's laid on. We've been coming to Harper Cars and Coffee since it started, which I think it's maybe 10 years now or so. We've been to every one and seen it grow from, maybe a couple thousand to now like, 15,000 or so. You get to see a lot of everything, all makes, all models, all shapes, all forms. I mean, it's really awesome to see the car culture come together. And it's not just from the Knoxville area, it's East Tennessee, around the Southeast region. People make their way on up here. It's really awesome. So I'm pretty excited for Cars and Coffee Exposed. I'm glad they came out. Damien reached out to me and I've worked together with him. They designed the layouts for Flat Rock, which if you don't know what Flat Rock is, it's a new state-of-the-art racetrack being built over in just about 45 minutes west of Knoxville. We've come up with some really cool concepts together. Their racetracks are very noticeable. Our latest one is out racing this weekend out in Nashville. Check it out. Flat Rock is going to be one of the best facilities here in the States.
So we're here with AJ, and AJ, you've been so patient. The sun's going down. You've been here all day waiting to speak to us, so thank you so much. Tell us about this car behind us because it's amazing, and you just told me that you built it from a kit, which is crazy.
Yes, thank you for this. It's a Factory 5, 1935 Ford truck. built a little differently with like a modern drivetrain, 2.3 liter EcoBoost engine, so 4-cylinder turbo, 6-speed manual. It's got AC, lifting
like
wood
AC.
bed. Yeah, we need it here. And so like it's a hot rod meets a race car kind of look.
Do you race it?
I have not. I
have
bought my helmet today. I'm not sure if I'll make it.
I know, right? Because you've been waiting for us all day.
There'll be a next time. There'll be a next time.
I
for
hope
sure.
so. I hope
Yeah.
so. I'd love to hear what your experience was.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my favorite things about this are the wheels.
Yeah, that's a relatively new company that I reached out to them and they did a great job with them. They're like variant wheels. So it's like a Corvette setup. It's a 19 in the front, 20 in the rear, and same size, same width, same tire as a Corvette. Because they're run flats, I don't carry a spare.
Yes. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. So, was this something you always wanted to do, build a car?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I always wanted to build something, and having a garage, being in a 2-car garage, I didn't have the room to bring like a rusty bucket to work on it. So like a kit was like on point. You get everything in boxes, some parts here. You got to custom fabricate some parts. So it was a cool experience building it during the pandemic. So it was like a pandemic build too, by chance.
It's like the second pandemic story I've heard, which
Yeah.
is great.
Well,
I wasn't as productive in my pandemic.
Not much to do then, you know?
Absolutely.
Not going out on the weekends. So yeah.
It's amazing. You did a great job on it. I love it. Is it done?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah. Like people say don't paint it. That would be the only other thing, and I kind of like it like that.
I do
not
too.
painted.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I do
that's
too.
the only thing that's not painted.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, thanks so much for waiting around,
Oh, thank you for
talking to us. I appreciate it. What a great job. First time building a car.
this. Yeah.
Yourself,
Yes.
your hands,
Yes.
everything on this car.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing. Good job.
Thank you.
Hats off.
Cars and Coffee Exposed, presented by Urable, the #1 rated app for automotive detailers. If you want the best customer experience from your detailer, make sure they're powered by Urable. Subscribe now and never miss an episode of Cars and Coffee Exposed.